Before we come to the topic, I'd like you to just think of a computer system. Think of a computer system which has, let's say, the Windows operating software and many other fancy softwares like Office and so on. Now, if you reboot such a system, have you noticed that it's the absolute basic software, that is Windows, which needs to start up first, and only then can you install the other fancy software? And this is exactly what the coronavirus has done to the human consciousness, rebooted it. So let us go back to the basics to understand. One single event almost put the entire population on Earth in a pause mode, and that is a very huge accomplishment for one little virus. Nothing else could have done something like this. Yes, there have been many different issues that we have struggled with over the last 30 to 40 years. Financial scams, the random swine flus and bird flus. But the statistics have been fairly limited. There were many people for whom this period was devastating. Devastating in terms of loss of loved ones, friends and family, jobs, money, and even peace of mind. But yet, on the other hand, yes, maybe not as many as the first category, this period had been the best period of some people's lives. And I know people like that. People who have rewritten destiny and come out with absolutely flying colors. So, what is the catch here? What is the difference between people who were destroyed because of COVID and those who benefited because of COVID? Let me introduce you to the world's most powerful supercomputer, which has only one switch and which is solely and solely responsible for this. And this supercomputer is your mind. And it is never too late to reboot your computer the right way, irrespective of what happened in your life. It is never too late. So let me explain this in detail. How does this happen? Is there a way out of it? And is it a simple way out? As we all know, what keeps us alive is breathing, and breathing is easy. So, if what keeps us alive is easy, life cannot be difficult. Life is easy, provided you know exactly where to look for that ease. So, welcome to the supercomputer, the human mind. To understand this, let us visualize the human mind as a huge ball of energy all around you, the center of which is your stomach. And that is how you get the term gut feeling. For example, I have a gut feeling something good or something bad is going to happen. However, the gut refers to the stomach, whose main function is to digest food. So it should actually have nothing to do with your intuition. And yet, the term gut feeling indicates a strong inner knowing. This is because the center of your mind is in the gut area, which is the seat of intuition and emotions. So, coming back to the mind. As I said, let us imagine the mind as a huge ball. Now, the mind has two parts. There is what we call the conscious mind, which thinks, is logical, feels, analyzes, decides, and does everything for you. And this conscious mind is 10 to 12% of your total mind. So, if all of this is happening in this 10 to 12% of the mind, what is happening in the balance 88 to 90%? Well, the balance 88 to 90% make up the subconscious mind, which is indicating that it is 9 times bigger and about 6,000 times more powerful. This is the area where you get the most logical answers to the most illogical situations in your life. All the answers to the why me questions. So let us understand why you. Now, the subconscious mind is divided into two parts: the primitive mind, where our entire revolutionary database is stored. Every experience of yours through time and space. This area has two basic responses that we bring across time and space, which is the fight response and the flight response. Whenever there is danger, we will either fight it or run. That is flight. And we also bring two basic fears that we are all born with in every lifetime, the fear of falling and the fear of loud noises. This is your basic software that has stored your journey through time and space. The second part of the subconscious mind is the modern memory. This is about your current life memory, where everything about you, your feelings, your emotions in this lifetime, from the time you entered your mother's womb for the first time on the fourth day of the fourth month, sometimes before or sometimes later, is stored. Now, when we are born, this is just one big ball. No partitions, no conscious mind and subconscious mind. And the child's awareness mostly stays here. This is why when a child is 6 months or about 1 year old, it sometimes laughs for no rhyme or reason. And it has this empty kind of look, like it is looking through you in its own world. The child's awareness very often stays in this area, the primitive mind area, which is the child's personal video entertainment library and where all its basic programs are getting set. Now, between the ages of 0 to 8 years, a filter develops, which we call the critical filter. This is where the child starts to process the world outside of him in terms of opposites. The child gets a variety of inputs which come from its circumstances, namely the social setup in which it is born, the education that it receives depending upon the economic class in which it grows up, and also its religion. This socio-economic education and religion become the four foundations of what programs its filter. The programming of the filter is not a right or wrong process. It is just a process. This is where we get introduced to good and bad, right and wrong, and so on. And it is different for each one. And that is why, if you've noticed, even twins are different in their behaviors, mannerisms, and so on. Let me explain this with an example so that you get this more clear. Let me presume that you are not a thief. It is completely wrong to assume, but let me assume it just for explanation's sake. Let's take a child born in the slums of Mumbai whose parents are pickpockets. Now, their livelihood is pickpocketing. Now, when this child is about 4 5 years old, his father gives him personalized coaching on exactly how to flick a wallet. After that, every time he flicks a wallet, the very proud parents give him either a 10 rupee or a 100 rupee chocolate, depending on how much money comes from the wallet. Now, for this child, stealing is a profession. It is noble. It is a means to make his parents happy. And coming to us, why do we not steal? Why don't we do it? It is so easy. Let somebody else do the hard work and just simply take it. That is because between the age of 0 to 8, our parents, our teachers, our culture took a hammer and banged it into this area that stealing is wrong, bad, and that God will be very angry with you. And because of the fear, you did not steal. And now you do not steal, making it wrong for you. So, this factor between the ages of 0 to 8 becomes the prime filter of our life. What generally happens to most people between this age of 0 to 8 years is every failure, instead of being a challenge, becomes a label, a tag of uselessness. When children don't do well in a test, for example, there is shouting waiting for at home or from the teacher. Every time the child slips, there is one more label put on his head that says, "You are worthless, you are stupid, you will never succeed in life." Now, your parents or teachers are not mean or evil. They just don't know that every word uttered between the age of 0 to 8 becomes like a Brahma Vakya that goes into the subconscious. So, for children who have been encouraged, every failure is a stepping stone to finding greatness, is a challenge. And for children whose every failure is labeled, it is just one more nail in their coffin. So, the bottom line is you have judgment here and emotions here, which then becomes your belief system. Now, on a day to day basis, your conscious mind takes input from the environment, from your body, from your conscious mind itself, and also from the subconscious mind. This information then gets processed here throughout the day. And when you go to sleep at night, it goes all the way down here. And finally, in your sleep state, this database gets updated. But here's the googly, the most peculiar aspect of this database, and that is its labeling. And that is for the subconscious mind, what it knows is pleasure, irrespective of its effects, and what it doesn't know is pain. So, if as a child, if every bad issue in your life resulted in your school, your family putting you down, and that putting down made you feel like a failure, miserable, helpless, lost, and frustrated, that becomes known for the subconscious, which means now for the subconscious, that has become pleasure. And that is why your subconscious mind is regularly xeroxing the worst problems of your life. Because for the subconscious, that is pleasure. And this is why people keep going through issues with money, career, work, relationship over and over again. Not because they are not intelligent, but unfortunately, because all their intelligence is in this 10 to 12%. And the bouncers which are being bowled by destiny are coming from this 6,000 times stronger subconscious zone. So, if pleasure for the subconscious means crisis equal to bad feeling, then your subconscious mind is going to work overtime to keep manufacturing that for you over and over again. So, you see, you are not unlucky. It's not that you are not intelligent or that God has given up on you, but unfortunately, it is because your supercomputer doesn't know better. So, whatever you are exposed to in the first 8 years of your life is what will duplicate flawlessly in your life. And unless you break this will continue to your grave. Now, this sounds really depressing, right? Because no one between the age of 0 to 8 years is listening to this. So, is it a lost cause? Can nothing be done about it? Are you just a helpless victim causing the same problems? Well, the good news is it is not. You can do something about it, and it is fairly simple. It is an extremely simple process which helps you to access this area by yourself, for yourself, so that you can put new programs there. Whatever happened in the past is over. There is absolutely no reason why you have to keep continuing xeroxing the wrong paper. For example, if you have given a command to your printer to print 30 copies of the wrong document and your printer starts printing, now you have two options. One option is to helplessly wait, waste the paper, and cry about it. Or the second option is just stop the printer. Yes, just stop the printer. And hypnosis does just this. It stops the printer, stops xeroxing the same nonsense, and then allows you to start xeroxing the correct paper. Your next question would be, will this work for every problem? The answer is, well, it depends on how complex your printer, your problem is. But isn't it a great place to start? Self hypnosis is something that is time tested and used even by me personally too. And if it can work for me, it can work for everybody. Now, it is important to understand that all our rules are formed in this area of our mind, the conscious mind, and all our experiences of life keep getting accumulated in this area here. Now, when your rules and your experiences align with each other, life is absolutely wonderful. For example, let's say the rule says that you are smart, you are educated, you are well qualified, and you deserve a great job. And if you do have a great job, life is absolutely wonderful for you. But if the rule is that you are smart, educated, well qualified, but apply, no reply is your experience, then what happens? Now life is jacked. Why? Because experiences are here in this part of the 6,000 times more powerful part of the mind. And in life, experience always wins because this is 6,000 times more powerful. Till you come to this awareness and neutralize all these experiences and then reprogram how your computer works so that you can create situations where your rules work for you and your life starts to become a magic of manifestation. Remember, there is a very famous Sanskrit term, Aham Brahmasmi, meaning I am the Lord and creator of my own universe, which means what God wants, God gets, and God resides in you. The important aspects to this are, don't doubt the God state and take responsibility for whatever has already happened. Start afresh, and the world will be at your feet. Let me now explain this with another example, a little more simple. Let's say you have a thought that today I have so and so work, I am going for this meeting, I'm going to sign this contract, and it's a very happy thought. Now, this happy thought brings in a whole lot of very good emotions. You are happy, excited, looking forward to the day, looking forward to going to work. And what happens? Your energy is very high. You're raring to go. You're rushing, you're gushing, and you're very, very happy. So, how do you feel? You feel very good, very energetic, absolutely wonderful. Now, let's say when you reach the office and you come to know that the meeting is cancelled or the contract is cancelled, what happens? Now you are really devastated. You have a negative thought. Oh my God, I have taken all these loans because of this. Because negative thoughts never come alone, they come with all their friends, the whole bang. And what happens? I have taken this loan. My contract is cancelled. How will I pay? I will have to loan or mortgage my house or maybe even sell it. I will come on the road. So within seconds, you are out on the road in your mind. Because of all these negative thoughts, your emotions are very negative. You feel absolutely devastated, sad, depressed. And how is your energy? You feel really low. You don't feel like doing anything anymore. You don't want to do anything anymore. And how does your body feel? You may have a headache or even a migraine. You may not feel very good. Now, let's say that you decide, forget it, I'm not feeling good. I might as well just go home. And you go home. Now, when you go home, you have a very loving partner, and that partner tells you, okay, come here, what happened? It's all right. and maybe gives you a nice body massage. As they give you a nice body massage, the energy starts to flow. Once the energy starts to flow, you start feeling good. Your emotions are calming down. You're feeling more calm, more peaceful. And then what happens is you get an alternate thought. Okay, this got cancelled, no problem. That person is looking out for me. Maybe I will give it over there. I may get a little less profit, but so what? At least I won't go into a loss. And this is how this whole process works. Now, it is important to understand that these experiences may come because of current life. They could also come because of something that happened in your past life, which is now triggered into your current life. Or it could come because of other energies which have come into your space because they got the key to your lock. So, this could be because of various reasons. It is very important, therefore, to heal and clear this space if you want to be the magic of manifestation. And then you can have a clean state, and then you can put in fresh new experiences the way you want to, the way you choose to have them, the way you desire, and make your life a complete magical life. You can get in touch by scanning the code on the screen or by WhatsApping me on the number that is flashing on your screen. Thank you for listening to this part, this section. I hope this is clear to you.